Hello and welcome to the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Show. We're talking Tuesday's Champions League slate. I'm Adam Zdroik, soccer editor at RotoWire. I'm joined by Luis Pacheco. First, are you looking for NFTs that are both fun and have actual utility? Try So Rare, the largest NFT-based fantasy game. You can collect, trade, and compete with officially licensed digital cards of soccer players from over 180 clubs on So Rare. That's SORARE.com. And Luis, it feels like we just talked, but in reality, it's been like 2 months. Uh,
Yeah,
you,
it's been,
you,
yeah.
yeah,
Somebody was having fun in Spain, I guess.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed Spain, enjoyed some games, and now I'm back in the cold in Michigan, but we're here inside talking Tuesday on a busy week here. And man, so I don't know. So the thing was, I listened to your and Ryan podcast last week. I don't know. He won what 5,500 or something. I got a
Yeah.
lot to live up to here with these
Well,
recommendations.
he did well on the 500, whatever is the top one. So it's
Yeah, I
good.
think it was 440 or so.
I don't play that one, so go win it. If you play the other one, I hope you get second.
Yeah, second place.
At least
That'll do it.
four, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So the funny thing is with Champions League here. So Champions League is usually the crazy slate, the crazy 6 game slate. But this past weekend, Premier League, that turned into the crazy slate. And now, as I'm looking at the Tuesday here, it kind of looks like Premier League almost. None of the totals here, the projected totals, are above 3 goals, I guess, except for one. But so just looking through the odds here, if you're watching on YouTube, none of the favorites have an implied goal total above 2, which I can't remember last time that happened in a group stage Champions League slate. And Barcelona, who lost, 3-0 to Benfica the first time,
yeah.
they are the biggest favorite on the slate. And no, none of the favorites are more than have a higher winning percentage than 60%. So is it just going to be go wherever you want to go kind of thing here?
I mean, it feels that way. I like. I mean, Barcelona have new coach now. Obviously, if they look decent on the weekend, um, uh, it's a matter of like. I think that it depends on pricing, right? I feel that upside Memphis Depay, everybody else is kind of like reasonably priced. So it depends what you want. I think the Zenit guys are very enticing to me because of the price, and also I feel that they're favor, they're an away favorite, which usually is pretty huge. Malmo is not. I mean, hasn't shown me much, so it's just tough to evaluate Zenit on the Champions League because they have to play against Chelsea and Juventus. So these are top teams that most teams in Europe can beat them, and then they get Malmo, which is being the true Cinderella. I mean, even worse than Sheriff Tiraspol. So I think there. I mean, I was expecting them to be a little bit lower, but I take Malcolm at 7,000. And Juba, if you like, if you need a forward for 5,000, I would rather play Juba than let's say Frankie De Jong, and if those guys have 5,000. So it's a matter of what you like. I think Sevilla guys are not that pricey as well. Problem with Sevilla is usual. I mean, they have some injuries. We talk about it like with Atletico Madrid last time. Like Lamela is out, Papu Gomez is out, Navas is out. Um, um, what's the other guy that usually takes set pieces? Well, I forgot his name. In Sevilla, the guy that plays on the used to be in Italy in what's his name? Oh my God,
Oh, no, not
Suso.
Suits. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this thing.
Gomez, Papu Gomez.
Papu is out and Susu is out, so that gives more playing time to whoever starts at the wingers, which is probably going to be Ocampos and Munir. The decent plays at the prices, so I think it's a little bit for everybody. And then it's like Atalanta, obviously. I think Zapata is expensive. I'm not sure if Ilicic is going to play, but everybody else can score goals, so we'll see.
Yeah, I guess before we get dive into forwards here, so we have two matches left in group stages. How much are we going to put into like how much these matches mean? So, Zenit and Malmo, they're basically both of them are done. They're kind of playing for third place, and but Sevilla, their manager just had their press conference today, and I mean, as much as Sevilla can, I think that their plan is just to go all out because they need 3 points. Otherwise, they
Sevilla needs
probably won't advance.
matches. I think if they win both matches, they're in. So
hmm
so
Yeah, they're on three. They're currently last, but they're two behind Lille and Wolfsburg. And I guess technically, young boys are in the same situation. So you have these teams that it's must win. So it's hard to say Sevilla, they're going to go all out and they're going to have 20, 30 shots because, it is Sevilla we're talking about. But if it gets into the second half and it's still 0-0, you got to think that they will be pushing for at least a goal there. So, but then again, if they score in the 10th minute or something, then they can sit back the rest of the way. So
yeah, that's definitely the problem, right? Like, it's definitely a thing to consider. Um, yeah, I would say Zenit, obviously, but playing third is always, I mean, playing the Europa League is always important. I mean, especially for the middle teams, it's a trophy that they might have a chance to win compared to the Champions League. So, but I'm
mhm.
with you, like, Lille and RBS, Salzburg I think with a win, they are qualifying. So, something that they're probably going to try hard, even though it's away. So every match is kind of like a even matchup. Like Chelsea and Juventus. I mean, Juventus is first now, Chelsea's second. So Chelsea might try hard, but Chelsea prices are expensive, especially you want the fullbacks. There is a lot more options and a better prices. So I feel that and it depends how you want to go through the slate position by position. But I feel that uh, Chilwell and do we have
Reece
Reece James?
James. hmm
So yeah, I think they are decent plays, but they are not going to be as high on as other plays because you have some decent defenders like Marcos Acuna is cheap. You have Douglas Santos or you got Chigrinsky, or you have a bunch of dudes that can give you the points and not in a difficult matchup. So we'll see what happens. There might be a leverage play. We'll see. Right. So
Yeah, I think the move is, if you go Chilwell and James, maybe the rest of your lineup, you're looking at Zenit and some cheaper guys. But if you go down in defender,
yeah,
Depay, 10.5. You think he's worth it in cash games? He had a floor. So that first match against Benfica, he had a floor of 10.8,
I
and they
think so.
lost, 3-0. And he hasn't made the score sheet yet in four Champions League matches. You think
Yeah.
he's worth it in cash games, or is that a little too expensive there?
I think so. I think that I mean he's expensive, but for cash, I think probably one of the first options in cash. I mean, Barcelona needs the win. They're playing at home. Um, I know it's. I mean, I saw the match against Espanyol with Xavi now as a coach, and uh, you know he looked great. I mean, he takes a lot of the shots, and I mean, Barcelona's created more volume now, so I feel that Depay could have easily had a 30, 40 point games against Espanyol. I don't know how many he scores. I mean, he scored a lot too with the goals. So,
hmm
uh,
Yeah, he had
one,
4 shots on target. So
so
that's
that so he was good. I think, considering the rest of characters in Barcelona are just trial, like you have Gabi or the new guys. I don't even know remember the names now. I mean, they
this
say
guy Akomach. He started on Saturday.
he played 45 minutes, and there's Coutinho there. They say Dembele on the Champions League website that he might start.
I
I
saw
don't know.
that, but I don't know why they have him in there. Like he didn't play. He wasn't even in the team on Saturday. I don't think he's going to start, given his history.
I don't think
But
so either. And also, I will play at that price. But the only concern is like, I mean, the pie seems to be the biggest threat. And it's like I know 10.5 might seem like a lot, but I mean, you can. you don't need it. I mean, it's not essential piece. I think we talked about before. Like there are not many. The games, none of them are out of hand. But if you want some floor points, I mean, probably Memphis is up there. I like I mean, because besides Memphis, we have. I mean, I see Malcolm, and he doesn't have a monopoly. I mean, Ilicic might start, but we don't know that. Then is the Sevilla guys is they're good, but do they play 60 minutes? Do they go high and score early or not? So I don't know. I feel that at forward, I mean, the only one that true floor is Memphis. So you have to pay for that one. I mean, you might not need it. Like you can go with Malcolm and let's say Munir. I feel that's a decent floor play for both forwards. You can obviously play the Chelsea fullbacks if you want. I mean, you want more safety, and then just play. They're cheap guys at forward. Like there is the Shuba 4.9, which I like. There is Rafa Mir at 5.6, which I like. Burak Yilmaz at 5.9. So those guys are decent, right? Like some players that you can, you know, not for cash, obviously, but I feel that if they score a goal, they already give you value, and then you just have to. In this Champions League, there's goals going to be scored. So
Yeah, it's the thing with Depay. I mean, you basically need a goal from him at that price, and he's gonna get 10 to 15 fantasy points no matter what. Uh, but this is Champions League, so if you pay it at that price and he only gets 12 points, a 12-point floor, that's not going to be enough, really.
no,
Especially in GPPs. As for cash, I mean, maybe it might be enough depending on who else you get. But yeah, like you said, the Zenit guys, they're all reasonably priced. The thing is that they just split set pieces. So, like, if you want to get the Zenit set pieces, it's kind of you don't know where they're going to come from because Claudinho, Malcolm, and Douglas all have been taking set pieces. When they all start, you still don't know who's taking set pieces. So it's kind of a
yeah. Yeah, we hope and pray that Douglas Santos doesn't play because he definitely makes it a little more complicated. And then Rakitic took some. He's expensive. I mean, it's a center back, so it just depends on the set pieces. So, but yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's my point. Like, Memphis, yes, definitely expensive, but as a floor play, probably the safest one. You gotta pay for that, and also it has some upside. I mean, he will probably take the penalty kick. He have goal scoring offside, so you're paying for that one. I mean, obviously. Um, I mean, the other ones, like, I mean, besides, because you can say, well, let me see who else have as much upside as he does in goal scoring odds. And there are not many. I mean, I don't think there is anyone actually. And then maybe Zapata might be highest one, but I'm not sure. And the rest of them is Rafa Mir, Jishuba, Yilmaz, Jonathan David, you know, up to you.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty. Like if you do want to spend up on Depay and hope he gets that brace. Like there's decent guys in the bottom range here. Like you said, Rafa Mir. Like we just talked about Sevilla and how they need to win. He's 5,600. Zuba, we're talking about Zenit here. He's 4,900. If he starts up front for Zenit, that's pretty. He's surprisingly cheap. I mean,
Very
I
cheap.
think a lot of that's just because of what he's done already. He started in that first match against Malmo, didn't score 4 shots. I didn't score from the 4 Zenit goals, but he's
Yeah.
still the central striker. He's still a huge guy. Uh, Even for
Yep.
young boys at 4,700, Sibachu, I think his nickname is Pfak or Pefek or however you say it, but
Okay.
Sibachu at 4,700, like I believe he's going to start. Um,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, it feels good. Like I think all those cheap guys. I mean, as I say, for GPP, just play whatever you want. I mean, Jonathan David probably Jill Mask. But I mean, the ones I feel the best opportunity probably, set it in favor. So Yeshuba makes sense at 4.9, cheaper than anyone else. I mean, I'm not sure cheaper than your boys. And yeah, it's just a matter of like, hey, what do you want to do? I, I don't feel confident. I mean, I like Yeshuba just because it's like I feel he's underpriced considering that he's probably going to play 90. If Zenit probably cares about this match,
He has the
uh,
third best odds of score on the slate. I mean, if that says anything,
so
he's almost even with Depay for goal odds.
oh, that's great. So yeah, so it's just a matter of like Zenit guys. I was expecting them to be a little bit underpriced after coming, 3 matches, 2 matches against Chelsea, 2 matches against, well, 1 match against Juventus. So they haven't done much. So but now they get the easier team in the slate. So even you see the odds. I mean, they have a decent odds for being an away team. So
Yeah, I mean, now the more you think about it, the more you look at it, Zuba's probably going to be like the Depay Zuba duo that will probably be pretty popular just because you're combining the highest priced forward with a guy with half the price with almost the same goal odds. I think that'll be a pretty popular strategy just based off goal odds. That's what people look at, goal odds. I mean,
yeah,
we saw it this past weekend with Manchester United. I was amazed at just the amount of people that used Ronaldo and all the Manchester United guys just because they were favored. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to look at how they're playing or the
yeah.
matchup or anything about Watford. It's just like, oh, here are the odds. They're supposed to score, so I'm going to use these guys. I'm going to use Ronaldo in cash games. And it's like, I don't. That's not the greatest strategy, but obviously it works at some point. But you got to take into account other things that are going on. So
Absolutely, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, yeah, Manchester United. I mean, the things like, I mean, I even played most of them. Like, I mean, they. I mean, my analysis was, hey, Manchester United comes to play like 2 difficult matches against Man City, Liverpool. So, obviously the numbers are going to look bad. So the price was down and they were playing, Watford, right? So, like, oh, seems like a slam dunk. I definitely fell in the trap. So,
oh, oh, so I was talking about you. All right.
it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not getting hurt. I mean, I had I have a Burnley stack on GPP and it did okay, and then I had the wrong goalie. But it is what it is, Like it
You
is. I
had
mean,
the Burnley stack. I've never heard anyone say that. I had the Burnley stack and it was all right.
it's crazy. Like I have. I mean, I was expecting they were not favored. They were cheap. And those guys at home usually. I mean, as you say, it's a complicated. I mean, it was a tough slate on the sense that, I like Southampton guys that didn't do as well, and then I don't know. I don't even remember who won. I was just upset that my Manchester United stack didn't work out. Not really. Not. I didn't do a stack. I didn't even play ball, but I had Bruno and Ronaldo because of the prices. It's
Yeah.
rare to have Ronaldo under 9,000 and Bruno, which usually has been amazing under 10, right? And then it's like, well, it's one for the algorithm not taking into consideration the last 2 games. So it's the same as the Shuba, right? Like, hey, if they, I mean, DK doesn't use the Russian league through the algorithm. We don't because they
Hmm.
don't have. So they use the Champions League game. So that's when those games, those players get like priced down so quickly. So anyhow,
Yeah. Speaking of Zuba, he's actually coming off a hat trick. So if you want to, if you want to base that off of recent performances, he has. I'm just looking through his game logs here. He has just in league play. He's scored in 7 of his last 8 matches in league play. Obviously, this is this is a Russian Premier League, so it's not the same, but he's in form. So he's 33 years old, and he's in form. They're playing Malmo, so who's to say he can't get another hat trick early?
that's right. I am not. So yeah, we'll see, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, in forward, like you said, there's not really anyone. Maybe outside of Claudinho, who's I guess he's not even forward. But I guess with those Atalanta guys, Are you going to be looking at Ilicic or
Stars for sure. I mean, Ilicic,
Malinovsky, I guess? Like these guys are going to play 60, 70 minutes. Like how much should we look into them?
Atalanta needs the points, so I'm young boys keeps the games alive. So I mean, I get it. I mean, Malinowski scares me a little bit, but I hope to see Malinowski and Ilicic at the same time. So maybe both play, and you don't have to sub one for the other. But
And then they
obviously,
split set pieces.
yeah, Malinowski is expensive, so I mean, he hasn't done well in Champions League yet to consider to get that prize. So I'm hesitant on Malinowski, even though it's a good matchup. Um, I mean, a midfield like pure midfielder, there are not many guys I like. I mean, I I see Malinowski and Pasalic are not bad, considering the matchup. Pasalic at 5,000, 5.5 is not bad. Uh, None in Barcelona I like, none in Sevilla I like. I mean, is not much there. I mean, Checa 5,000 is not my guy. I mean, it's just a little bit too much. I mean, you can if you need a salary, I guess you can play Joe Mario from Benfica. I mean, he still takes some set pieces, as you mentioned before. I mean, Barcelona is favored, but it's not like a gigantic favor. And Benfica has done some damage. So, um, I mean, Aronson is 7,000, so it's expensive.
Hmm.
Yazizi is 6,000, but I'm not sure he's going to start. I mean, even if he start, he hasn't been as good as usual. So I don't know. I mean, a midfield, pure midfielder, I haven't seen anyone I like. I mean, I'd rather play one of those hybrid midfielder forward besides Malinowski and Claudinho, right?
Yeah, I'm looking through. Okay, yes, Seawald is starting. So Seawald is 5,500. He takes the majority of Salzburg's set pieces. So that might be,
Oh,
you
he's
know,
not
st-
Aaron. All right, that's a good thing to know. I thought it was Aronson most of the time, but you might be right.
just looking at the cheat sheet here. Seawald, so last match, Seawald and Aronson both went the full 90. Aronson didn't take any. Actually, the game before that, Aronson took four, and then Sucic took six, and Seawald took none. So,
Right.
so
Hey,
it's
yeah,
another one of
that's
those situations.
yeah. I don't know. There is Rakitic there at 5.7. I'm not sure I can do that one. Uh, Lamela is out. Good price, but he's out. So no, I'd rather. I mean, honest to you, I'd rather not play anyone if I can. I mean, I used to think, oh, well, Malinowski is not bad, but at 8.3, Malinowski is just I don't know. It doesn't feel that Atalanta has done as well as usual. It's an away match, and I'd rather go down to Claudinho. And Claudinho at 7,000, still scares me. I'd rather I'd rather go. I don't know, like I'd rather play Munir, I guess, at 6.8, the Claudinho, like Munir in Sevilla, right? It's a forward midfielder eligible, but
I was gonna
you know,
say Johan Jordan here at 4,200, but it looks like he's not taking set pieces over Acuna and Rakitic. So never mind then.
it's a mess. Sevilla,
He was always the guy that he'd rack up 10 set pieces and do nothing else. But I guess that's not his game anymore.
yeah. It's like for those guys, I mean, it feels that Joe Mario is the one taking the majority of the set pieces. If Everton doesn't play, which seems to be the case, for 3.8, I guess Joe Mario might do the job, but I don't know. I feel dirty playing him. I mean, if you have an opportunity to play someone else, I would. I didn't find anyone. I mean, there's Sergio Pena, the Peruvian guy that plays as a wing back for Malmo. Uh, I'm just afraid of playing any Malmo guys. It's just, I mean, this is supposed to be the better matchup, and they are at home. There might be some leverage there, but I mean, I don't like
Yeah,
anyone. I can see Pena or Pena, whatever, at 4.0. So
yeah. Looking at the prior Zenit Malmo match, so it was 4-0, and if you're looking at Malmo or set pieces, they had no corners in the loss to Zenit. Uh,
Yeah.
they had 11 shots, 10 crosses. So I mean, they're at home, I guess, and maybe this is their last chance to secure a point. So maybe I guess you can go there. But yeah, like you said, it's kind of not somewhere where you want to go. But I guess as we were just talking about, Manchester United, they're the biggest favorite in the Premier League slate. So I guess we have to go to the same route here. How popular do you think these Chelsea guys are going to be? They are the biggest favorite in the slate by a little bit. They don't have a huge implied goal total here, but they lost that first meeting against Juventus, but I think it was Juventus scored early in the second half, but Chelsea had something like 30 whatever crosses. Like they had ton of set pieces and all that. Are we? I mean, at this point, Mason Mount shouldn't even be looked at. He's 9,500. I'm not looking at him, but he could be. He's
And he
obviously a
also
GPP option, but
he played not the full match, so I'm not sure if they're gonna forcing him here. Um, I don't know. I just feel like you know. I mean, what are you gonna do besides the James and Chilwell? I just can't look at anyone else, and it's Juventus. Uh, Tough team to score against. So I don't know. I'm looking at the goalkeeper for Juventus actually, so I'm probably gonna jinx it. So um, Timo Werner hasn't played much either. I'm not sure if he's gonna be him or Kai Harvard.
yeah, I
Um,
put Werner in just because Havertz picked up a hamstring issue over the weekend, and
yeah,
I don't know who else they would go to. I guess
Pulisic there.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey,
if they don't have I don't know. We got Pulisic and Werner in with Mount. They got Ziyech up there. I mean, Hudson Odoi is an option too, but I don't know. Like
yeah,
all these
with the
guys, even if you play these guys thinking maybe Chelsea get the 2-0 win and they dominate or something like that, which right now it's not looking like that's going to happen. But like they're going to play 60, 70 minutes. Like you said, Werner has barely played. He's just coming back from injury. Mount's coming back from a dental procedure on his wisdom tooth, and he had an infection there. Pulisic, he's had this constant injury in the early season. So like these guys really, there's not a ton of reason to play him. And then you go down. It's like, oh, Jorginho, PK taker. Oh, he's 6,300. Like what?
you can,
Like
yeah, those prices you can play. I breezed through Chelsea, say this is ridiculous. So
yeah, so it's just kind of funny, I guess, just the biggest favorite. It's like, well, we don't really want any of their guys here. But yeah, I mean, like we said, probably the Zenit guys. I mean, you can find if you want to go Atalanta. What about with Zenit
um,
here? This Kuziyav guy here. Um,
yeah, Kusiaev, yeah, or
I guess
Karabaev.
he's not even projected to start, so I'm just maybe my initial lineup is just incorrect here. I guess we got Sergi Roberto here. It looks like he's going to play fullback, 5,000, listed as a midfielder. I don't know.
No, I mean, I would say no to all of that. I mean, I honestly to you, I mean, it's just I mean, does nobody looks good at midfielder. I mean, even at those prices. I mean, you can say, I mean, if Renato doesn't play, maybe Sheka at 5,000, but why? I mean, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather spend 5,000 in a decent defender. Just maybe honestly, just put the Juba a 4.9 in one of the midfielders is better than Cheka, I guess. Even for cash, I mean, you have the upside. So
Yeah, I
now it's
mean, it's not a
yeah,
good slate for midfielders and cash games, but really you can go pretty far down the list and just looking at guys who at least play in attacking positions, like a Kone for Lille, he's 3,700. Luca Bacchio for Wolfsburg, he's 3,600. Like, there's guys where you can just, punt and hope for a goal or something, but nothing really you like in for cash games here.
Yeah, throw the dice and figure it out. I mean, I just, yeah, I'd rather even for cash. It just feels. I mean, I like Lukebakio or those guys, but it's just tough. Baku. I mean, I don't know. I just feel that. I mean, it's just rolling the dice. Like you can play Jordan, you can play maybe Oliver Torres. I mean, we don't know the lineups 100%, but those prices. I mean, looking for anyone behind Claudinho. I'm still Claudinho, not a big fan. So Claudinho and Malinowski looks decent, but at those prices, they are not. There's no value in them. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Claudinho is actually we have him on our cheat sheet plus 130 odds to score, which is, one of the highest, one of the best numbers on the slate. And like I'm just scrolling through the odds here. There's not a ton of other, midfield only options that have decent odds to score.
there is
It's
not much.
it's pretty ugly. You got like Malinowski up there. Uh, I mean, it's oh, I guess Yachichi or Yusuf Yachichi. You can pronounce that better than me. The little midfielder. I think we have him projected to start because they just got some injuries over the weekend. But he's 6,000. So
Yeah. No, no, thank you. I'm out.
I thought he was your guy though.
Jaziz is my guy. Yeah, definitely he's my guy, but not at the level he's playing. He's not playing 90. They are playing him as like a second forward. It's not the same as he was more creator before. I don't know, for some reason this season he is not in form. Even there are rumors that they're gonna send him back to Trabzonspor to Turkey League. So I don't know. I mean, if he starts, maybe. I mean, if he was a little bit cheaper, I'll be okay. But I know he started this weekend. He didn't have a good match, I think,
He had
and
negative 1.1 points.
so it's just hard to get excited by someone. I mean, it's like Messi tomorrow. You're gonna play Messi. We'll see. I'm not sure I won, but Anyhow, that's gonna be in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so
now
defender, like we've mentioned, Chilwell and James, and the list is you got Jordi Alba up there. He seems expensive, but he's playing pretty well. He's playing pretty well this season. Acuna, Zappacosta, uh,
Cunha,
Quadrado.
Santos, Rakishi, Quadrado 5,000 is playable. I won't recommend it because the matchup is tough.
Hmm.
You have Montiel since Navas is out, probably going to start at 4.0. Ex River play right back. I mean, Navas light, I guess. Crossing Jesus light, if you want to say it. Yeah, you have Montiel there. Um, uh, I mean, they're obviously the little fullbacks are not that cheap anymore. But Reynaldo is 4.1. Shelik is for something. Those guys have been decent. So it is a lot. I like Zappacosta more than Maele, I think. And I don't know. There's Ulises Garcia on Young Boys. He gets the job done. He takes some set pieces. He's expensive though, I think, for the matchup. But there's a lot of options on defender. I feel that for a cash lineup, people is gonna pick three
Hmm.
that they can afford, and then you go with the combination of forwards and midfielders that you want. So you know,
Yeah, there's I mean, you could really spend what 5,000 on three defenders. Minimum is 5,000. And that'll be fine just because of the lack of midfield options. I mean, otherwise, I guess the cheapest maybe you want to go down is Zeki Selik for Lille. He's 3,700. He's fine. Uh,
Benfica. Diogo Gonzalez, I mean, 3.5. He's been decent. If they play three at the back, maybe not. I
Maybe.
mean, if you're gonna play Joe Mario, well, I mean, maybe better play Diogo Gonzalez. I'm not sure. It's just I'd rather spend four, as you say, 4 or 5 thousand on defenders and then just figure out the rest. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
think
do you have a preference here? Go with Chelsea as the biggest favorite. Get your two Chelsea wingbacks in there, or do you want to go with someone else like the guys we were talking about, the ones in the 5,700 to or 5,000 to 6,000 range kind of thing?
Yeah, that's it. That's the slate, man. Go win.
No, do you have a preference of those, or do you think you like the Chelsea guys there just because of
I,
set pieces and
for me, I think I'm gonna pass on Chelsea wingbacks. I feel that I'd rather spend the money on the pie. I'm thinking I'm gonna have the pie, so I'm gonna have to skip on them.
well,
Uh,
you need Depay because it is Thanksgiving here in the States, so it makes sense to have Depay this week, but
yeah, that's right. That's right. And so that's it. And the pie, yeah. So the pie, yeah. Oh gosh, so good pies. Anyhow, and his name is an American city, right? So we're good. Memphis,
yeah.
Memphis, Tennessee. Great barbecue,
Yep,
actually.
that's right.
Yeah.
Um, Goalkeeper, you mentioned since we're not going Chelsea, we got Chesney here. He's 4,000. That seems like the wisest way to go at goalkeeper, unless you go
No,
Vlacho or Demos.
yeah, I don't think there's much money to spend on goalkeeper. So Odysseas or Chesney are my choices. I think.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure. I'm not sure if the Malmo goal is cheaper, but I'd rather. Yeah, I don't know. Like, let me check.
he's not. He's
Oh
where
yeah,
is it?
because where's
Yeah, it's
yeah.
4,400.
Yeah. So yeah, Benfica guy is decent. I know at least he's gonna see shots, and I'm definitely Chesney. If I'm not gonna have any Chelsea, might as well. And Chelsea's, having problems scoring goals for especially so many injuries. So I'm okay with Chesney. So those are my
Yeah.
guys. See what happens. Let's see which one is worse.
If you have money to spend, are you looking at Ter Stegen, Mendy, or Bono?
Mendy.
Okay. Yeah, Chelsea at home makes
Ah,
sense.
God.
They have the some
Stegen, I
reason
guess.
Mendy is yeah, sorry, Mendy is cheaper than Ter Stegen, except even though Mendy has the best clean sheet odds. So that's kind of weird on DraftKings there, but
Maybe when they did the salaries, it was the odds are so close. They keep changing a little bit. I don't know. I guess
yeah,
Dybala was.
that's what they get for putting the slate up early, huh?
Yeah, they did.
All right, yeah, this has been a quick one. I don't know. There's not a ton else to say because you got Manchester United and Bayern Munich in the early games, and it's just like we got all these even matches, and there's a lot of places to go. We don't really like Chelsea, and we got Depay, we
Yeah, it
got
is.
Zenit.
Yeah, that's it. It's like I mean, I feel this lay is kind of like, hey, do you want Memphis or not? Do you want the Chelsea winbacks or not? And then if from the guy that bombed Manchester United on the performance brings you the Zenit stack, then I kind of like. But are you gonna trust Zenit away? Depends on. I mean, we don't know, right? So
Yeah, I mean, I guess just looking at the odds, the one match that could has the possibility to have a bunch of goals, 3-2, 4-2 kind of thing. Atalanta and Young Boys, that's the highest implied goal total there. If you want to look at that route, but I mean, we talked about Atalanta already and what
yeah,
those guys have been doing. So I don't know. It's
it's
tough.
tough. Atalanta is kind of like playing Inter, right? Like,
Hmm.
who is going to score a goal? Barella is going to be Pasalic. It's going to be Zapata. You don't know. So
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for Tuesday slate for what 6 games late at DraftKings, and we're just getting prepped here because we're going to be talking Wednesday slate in a few minutes. But
yeah,
Luis, thank you for joining me, and make sure to find us on Twitter at Zdroik, and Luis is at Pacheco, YouTube, and wherever else you listen. Make sure to like and subscribe. What? Sorry, I didn't pull this up here. I gotta read this off here. Rotowire.com/soccer trial if you want the free day trial. No credit card required. Get that in there. But All right, it just feels like a weird slate. I feel like we're missing something, but we aren't. So,
And we're not.
all right, guys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in a little bit.
All right.